In this video, I will be going through the first 10 rounds of the San Diego Padres 2026 draft and grading each pick. The Padres had the 20th highest bonus pool money going into the draft with $9,479,000 and started their draft at pick number 21. This video was requested by a viewer, so if you would like your team featured, just ask me in the comment section. And make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the video. Without further ado, let's get into it. With the 21st overall selection, the Padres selected Coleman Borthwick, a right-handed pitcher from Florida. The 6'6", 245-pound pitcher has a 60 grade fastball and slider with the ability to control both pitches. His fastball operates in the mid to low 90s with the ability to get up to 98, while his mid-80s slider is considered a plus pitch due to his good feel for spin. He does have a good changeup, however it is a work in progress as of now. When I did my mock draft, I had Brody Bumila going to the Padres because he is a tall, athletic, young pitcher with a great fastball. But, unfortunately, he suffered an arm injury before the draft. Borthwick fits what the Padres like, just like Bumila does. Tall, athletic, and young with at least one plus pitch. Oh, and did I mention he had a .21 ERA in high school in 2026? Yeah, this guy is a beast, and I think he can definitely be a rotation piece for the Padres in the future. A grade. With the 60th overall pick, the Padres selected Elliot Lashells, a high school shortstop from Ontario, Canada. Lashells was the 158th ranked prospect by MLB Pipeline and committed to Yale. His best tools are his 55 hit and 55 run tools. Lashells displayed these tools in the MLB Draft League, where he hit .394 in 9 games with a 1.068 OPS and 8 stolen bases. He also walked 10 times compared to just 3 strikeouts. Not to mention, he was 3.5 years younger than the average player in that draft league. The 6'2", 185-pound left-handed hitter has some power concerns among scouts because he doesn't always get into his legs, and his approach is more directed up the middle and to the opposite field. But the plate discipline is clearly awesome, and I really like Lashells. He just seems like a pure hitter with a good approach. However, I am unable to give this pick a very high grade because there are also questions about if he can play shortstop long term. I think a B grade is very fair for Lashells at number 60. With the 97th overall pick, the Padres selected Ryan Lynch, a right-handed college pitcher from the North Carolina Tar Heels. Ranked by MLB Pipeline as the 98th overall prospect, Lynch is a low-slot sinker and slider kind of pitcher who scouts think profiles as more of a multi-inning reliever. His 60 grade sinker sits in the mid-90s and can get up to 99, while his mid-80s slider has a ton of break. So much so that it can be somewhat difficult to control at times. His changeup isn't much of anything right now because of his lack of command. Lynch transitioned to a starting role for North Carolina in 2026 and posted a 4.21 ERA in 98 innings with 89 strikeouts and a 1.403 WHIP. Lynch is clearly a high floor prospect. Worst case scenario, you most likely have a potential reliever like Edward Bizardo. But if the Padres can tap into him, he may be able to become a Michael King type of starter. All in all, I think a fair grade here is a B+. The Padres have 2 picks in this round. The first is the 124th overall selection, where they took Robbie Levy, a left-handed hitting catcher from George Washington University. Levy is a solid all-around player with no real eye-popping tools. He hit .339 with an 988 OPS, and 8 home runs, walking 42 times compared to just 35 strikeouts. A good feel for the zone and a line drive approach up the middle, which is very much like Elliot Lashells. Levy is considered a solid defender who excels at throwing runners out and has the potential to be a good all-around catcher. I think there is definitely some power that the Padres could tap into with Levy, and overall, I don't see anything wrong with the selection. A solid B+ grade. The second pick of the 4th round for the Padres is a result of Dylan Cease signing with the Blue Jays while he had the qualifying offer attached to his free agency. With the 134th overall pick, the Padres selected Alex Conover, a left-handed hitting college outfielder from Oklahoma State. Another well-rounded player, Conover was ranked as the 204th overall draft prospect by MLB Pipeline and has a 50 grade everything. Now, would you be surprised when I say Conover is more of a line drive hitter who likes to go up the middle and the other way, while he walks just as much as he strikes out? Because that's exactly what he does. The Padres clearly have a type, and I really like this pick because even while he's a line drive hitter, he still hit 14 tanks with a .357 batting average and a 1.101 OPS, stealing 16 bases. I think there's a bit more power in that bat than scouts are leading on, and I like this pick more than I would have thought. I'm giving it an A grade. With the 157th overall pick, the Padres selected James Gette, a right-handed pitcher for Kansas State. Gette was not ranked by MLB Pipeline, but is a similar type of pitcher as Ryan Lynch, the Padres' 3rd round pick. A low 90s sinker with a low 80s slider, he also has a changeup with some fade. Gette had a 5.56 ERA in 79 innings with 105 strikeouts and a 1.576 whip. Clearly not the best results for James, but getting 105 strikeouts in 79 innings tells me he is doing something either very tricky or his pitchers are really nasty when they're right. Ultimately, he is probably a future reliever, and I am not the biggest fan of the pick, but who knows what you can get out of a guy like Gette. I'll give it a C- grade. With the 186th overall selection, the Padres selected Contrades, a shortstop from Arizona State. Contrades was the 225th overall prospect according to MLB Pipeline and will turn 23 in 2026. As a hitter, say it with me, Contrades likes to hit hard line drives. But this past season, he has found more power, specifically to his pull side. He hit .366 with a 1.197 OPS and 21 home runs, walking 20 times to just 28 strikeouts, and stealing 10 bases. It is so clear the Padres have a type of hitter they really like and have stuck with it in this draft, which I can't fault at all. Contrades should be able to play second base at the next level, and honestly seems just like a solid pick. I'll give it a B grade. With the 215th overall pick, the Padres selected Joe Teroli, a college infielder from Virginia State. Teroli was ranked as the 147th overall prospect from MLB Pipeline, but his draft stock did seem to drop a lot due to a foot injury he suffered before the beginning of the 2026 season. The injury caused him to have a late start to the college season and caused some struggles early on in the year. Despite this, Teroli posted a .319 average with a .984 OPS and 16 home runs, walking 30 times to just 39 strikeouts. Teroli has a strong arm, so despite mainly playing second base in 2026, third base may be the more valuable position for him to play. He isn't as athletic as some of the other guys the Padres already drafted, and the hope is he will tap into some more power, but only time will tell. I don't mind the Padres taking Joe here. Clearly his draft stock was hurt a fair bit, but overall, I don't really see the real upside. C grade. With the 245th overall pick, the Padres selected Sean Fitzpatrick, a left-handed reliever from Arizona State University. Fitzpatrick was not ranked by MLB Pipeline and is a 23-year-old senior. He had a 3.12 ERA in 26 innings pitched with 45 strikeouts for Arizona, allowing just 9 earned runs. He has made some improvements to his fastball-slider combo, but is ultimately most likely a future reliever if anything. Being a senior, the Padres will save some money by signing Fitzpatrick. However, I think the best grade I can give is a C-. With the 275th overall pick, the Padres selected Benjamin Stubs, a left-handed senior pitcher from the Troy Trojans. The 5'11", 185-pound southpaw had a 5.12 ERA in 95 innings with 87 strikeouts and a 1.474 whip. However, despite these numbers, Stubs does have some nice stuff. He can dial his fastball up to 97, while his high 80s changeup gets plenty of swings and misses. He also uses a mid-80s slider and low 80s curve that are not as good as his two other pitches. I think with this arsenal, Stubs does have a better chance to start at the next level, which means the potential with this pick is higher than the last, despite having some reliever risk. C+ grade. With the 305th overall pick, the Padres selected Augie Lopez, a senior catcher from the University of Southern California. Lopez had a .278 batting average and a .954 OPS with 19 home runs. He also played 14 games in the MLB Draft League, where he had a .325 average, 1.325 OPS, 5 home runs, and walked just as much as he struck out. I am unsure if he will stick as a catcher long term and may transition to a corner outfield spot at the next level. But clearly he is more of a power-oriented hitter than some of the previous picks by the Padres, which isn't bad at all, especially if Lopez is able to stick at catcher in the future. B grade. All in all, I thought the Padres had a solid draft. AJ Preller loves trading away prospects, so it will be interesting to see where all these guys are 4 years down the line. As always, thank you for watching until the end. Make sure to ask for your team's draft video in the comments, and subscribe so you don't miss it. See you in the next one. Have a good day.